Hey, thanks for coming. Today, in answer to somebody's question, I'm going to talk about sex, tantra, and yoga, and the prana, because these are all interconnected. Let's start with some basics. The human body collects and processes energy. Not only physical energy, there's chemical reactions in the cell that result in an electrical output. That's what we call brain waves. You can collect those and look at those. But there's also energy called prana. Now, science hasn't been able to actually detect prana as such. They have Kirlian photographs, different things like this. But until we see it, we don't believe it. Doesn't mean it's not there. We believe in black holes because we can see the effects of black holes. But science is always slow to the game. The human body processes energy. The breath we take in has the physical analog of the prana called oxygen. So there's a connection between oxygen and prana. The prana divides into 5 different breaths. There's the prana, apana, samyana. And to give you some idea, the Kundalini is awakened when the prana and apana, the downward prana, and the upward prana meet and get held together. This creates heat, causing the psychic heat, causing the Kundalini to awaken. This is the imagery that's given. If we're going to talk about sex, we're going to talk about semen and the egg. And the path for being reborn in the Vedic literature talks about the soul or the jiva traveling through several processes to the moon. On the light that's reflected from the moon,
the drama of the closer right now on TNT.
Jiva travels on the moonbeam down into plants. And it's this traveling down into plants that allows the energy in the plant to be associated with the jiva. So, for instance, they give a statement that if you want to replenish the energy from doing sex, 40 mouthfuls of food.
Check out these 2 addresses. Let me know what you find out.
Soul doesn't really go into the food. It's associated with it. But the energy to create their reality, half of it is stored in that plant.
Her teacher said she went home for lunch around noon.
And every sperm cell is associated with one person's energy, half of that. So just to give you some conception of the amount of psychic energy that's associated with one sex act is the energy of millions of people.
Uniforms and detectives that have rolled out from Hollywood, Wilshire, and Northeast Division Linda Hand, and the FBI's here too.
So, that's quite a bit. When the human body is affected by the mind.
Look, if Ruby was snatched, what are the chances she's still alive?
And so when the food energy goes into you, it's traveling through the blood. If a man sees a beautiful woman and feels an urge, this happens, right? That jiggles his mind, and the vibration of that mind creates a sperm cell. So, the process of creating a volume of sperm is a bleeding out of the blood, the energy to create these sperm cells. So, this is important for the next section when we will talk about masturbation. And some of the other issues that come up and some of the other procedures we'll talk about. When a person has sex, they've measured, the yogis have, the length of the breath.
Does she have a relationship with any of her grandchildren?
Okay, because it's the prana moving that causes the sperm cells to come out of the blood.
Randall's mother lives in Texas.
This is my sister Ruby. She's got a Christmas time.
And the breath during sex is the largest exhalation and inhalation that is associated with particular activity.
And we always tell her, if a stranger talks to you,
some of the energy that is associated with this in the sex act itself comes from the breath.
We're going to bring your liver home.
But 80%
I promise you that.
of the energy that you use to awaken the Kundalini mostly comes from transmuted energy that's associated with the sperm cell. The rest of it comes from the different pranas and some of the different activities that you can do that will cause the energy that's in your system to hit the Kundalini to make it awaken and to power it. I think at this point I'll stop and go on to the next section.